I'll be back.
This is Video Store Clerks. Welcome to the store.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, 10 p.m., July 29. So we're a little late. We weren't here last week to do this episode we are doing tonight because their 45th anniversary was this past Friday. Tonight we'll be talking about the film Caddyshack, Harold Ramis's directorial debut. But before we get started with that, we'll be doing the news. Then we'll be doing the clip of the week at the end of the show, and then we'll run some ads and get the flock out of here and let you know what we're doing next week. But I am Chad Mang.
I'm Dave.
No. Mike.
And we are your Video Store Clerks. Chuck Nasty will not be on this evening. He had a issue going on with some internet troubles, so he might pop in later. It is unsure at this moment. But let's start the show as we usually do with the news.
Easter eggs are not really Easter eggs.
Okay. I make chocolate.
It was fantastic. Look, I only came here to do two things: embarrass my kids and meet single moms. So I'm out.
All right.
Nailed it.
Cool story, Jeff. This week on the top 10 box office numbers.
No, wait a minute. Is it this past week or is it the past 2 weeks? Are we playing catch up or are we just going straight to this past week?
We're on this past week on the top 10. The news,
Okay.
Yes.
Had some pretty big news stories that'll still apply for this.
Still validated.
I just said that earlier. Validated.
Anyway, number 10.
You got something bigger? Yeah.
Number 10, The Home. First week out did $1 million. No idea what it's about. Didn't have time to check into it. Number 9. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
First week out did $1.1 million.
Is there somebody here?
Number 8 is Eddington. Did 1.6 mil this week, doing 8.1 mil the last 2 weeks. And number 7, How to Train Your Dragon. Did 2.9 mil this week, bringing its 7-week release to $257 million. With number 6 being I Know What You Did Last Summer. Did 5 mil this week, bringing it up to 23.6 mil in the last 6 weeks. And Smurfs is number 5. Did 5.4 mil this week, doing 22.7 the last 2. And number 4, F1 the movie. 6.3 mil this week, doing 166 the last 5.
What was that? What was the rundown? Smurfs has done how much?
Who? Smurfs?
Yeah.
22.7.
And that's in how many weeks?
2.
Wow.
Yeah. Bomber. Nobody fucks with the Smurfs no more.
I guess not.
You gotta be an 80s baby for that one.
Crazy.
Smurf and Smurf. Number 3, Jurassic World Rebirth did 13.1 mil this week, bringing its 4 weeks up to $302 million. And on to the top 2 films, both comic book related. Number 2, Superman. Did 24.8 mil this week, doing 289 mil the last 3. And number 1, first week out, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, did $118 million.
Well, I guess you could say the Fantastic Four was Superman's kryptonite this week.
All right. Me and Dave saw it. Did you see it this week?
I did not.
I don't know, like, I didn't care for it. Dave said it wasn't bad, but we both had mainly the same beefs with it. It was just really long. Like it was 2.5 hours long.
How would you compare it to like the older version of Fantastic Four?
I thought the 2005 one was more entertaining.
Yeah, it had Jessica Alba.
And Julian McMahon as Dr. Doom.
The fucking Thing.
And
Michael Chiklis.
That's right.
You know,
Big Mackie himself.
No, like I mean, I thought visually the shit looked dope.
yeah.
But like I said, like some of the story could have been cut down. Some things to me didn't make sense. Like I know a lot of people out there love it. It's getting a lot of mixed reviews, like Superman. But I don't know. Go check it out. See what you think. I was never a huge Fantastic Four fan anyway. Like,
Me either.
it's cool that it's fucking Kirby and fucking Stan Lee's first shit together, pretty much. But kind of started the Marvel-verse. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We have some birthdays. Got Stephen Dorff. Stephen Dork turned 52.
Hey, Dork. What's up,
Allison Mack turned 43. She was Chloe on Smallville, if anybody's wondering. Will Wheaton turned 53. And Timothy Odmanson turned 56 today.
Hey,
Yeah.
Lassie.
Yeah. And then, like I said, some news we'll be referencing to last week as well. So last week, we had some deaths. Jamal Warner from The Cosby Show and many other things passed away at 54. Had a drowning incident while surfing. Apparently his daughter was drowning too, but luckily she was saved by a couple other surfers. Malcolm was not so lucky. So that was a bummer. That was the part of our childhood growing up in the 80s, watching The Cosby Show.
Theo.
Gotta love Theo, man. Every time I think of him, I always think of that episode where Denise makes that shirt for him and it fits, and he's like, I got it tucked in my socks. Like, that shit cracks me up. Then, a very sad passing after that was the passing of Ozzy Osbourne. The Prince of Darkness. He will never be forgotten. Very sad. Everybody reflected on this. Everybody knows who Ozzy is. Like, I can't say I'm not surprised it happened once I watched the farewell tour concert, because he was looking pretty rough, but I'm really glad he got to do it. And then he also got to see his daughter be engaged, so that was nice.
He's been in rough shape for a while. You know.
He has.
He's lived a very full life.
Yeah. Like, honestly, he should have been dead in the 80s. With the life he was living before Sharon saved his life. But, yeah, so that was very, very sad. And then a few days after that, we lose Hulk Hogan. Fucking 80s icon, legendary wrestler. Fucking wrestling would not be in the state it would be in today if it was not for Hulk Hogan. Aside from all the bad shit people say about him, like, he's definitely a big part of the childhood.
Man. Yeah.
I'm glad I got to meet the man.
It's crazy, man. I mean, he's been in rough shape for a few years now too. Like, I remember seeing him down in Tampa back, what was it, WrestleMania 37, and he was walking around with a cane, and I was like, that's not good. He looked rough. You know, the guy's had so many damn surgeries, hip surgeries, back surgeries.
He's had like 4 or 5 hip replacements.
Yeah, I mean, he's had it rough for a while now, but they were saying that there was like some heart valve. They were having a heart valve replacement or something like that, and there was complications that ended up making him go into like a hospice type thing at his home there for like the last month or so. Like, they've been kind of keeping it on wraps. And this is all the stuff that Bubba the Love Sponge was.
Yeah, the one time he was telling the truth.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Because I didn't pay any attention to it when I saw the source. I saw it was from Bubba the Love Sponge. I was just like, oh, whatever, shut up.
Right. But then he made a good point on his show where he was saying, you know, if what we're saying is false, then we would be receiving like cease and desist orders from his lawyer, you know. So, you know, apparently he had some kind of source, like the woman that was married to the guy that performed the surgery was giving him information. So, yeah, it's just, not totally unexpected. Like I said, he's been in rough shape, but it's weird, what the hell?
Like they always say like deaths happen in threes too, but like those three were just fucking out there. Like, I mean, Ozzy was probably the more suspected one, but the other two were just kind of like, wow.
Yeah, like what the hell?
I'll be right back.
All right.
Because Malcolm Jamal Warner was first, and I was just like, what the hell?
That blew my mind. But then once I read the article and saw that it was about him drowning and then having an accident surfing, I was like, damn. And then I was like, Theo, surfing? That just sounds weird.
Yeah, that was a surprise there, but it was just like, what was it? Chad Gaspar that passed away a couple years ago, from Crime Time, the wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Same. Not he wasn't surfing, but he was out swimming with his son, and they one of those riptides, man. It's no joke. It doesn't matter if you're like the most athletic person, what kind of health you're in. The ocean is stronger than anybody. So whenever those hit, there's not much you can do. It just comes out of nowhere sometimes, and in both circumstances, the child was saved. So I guess we can take that good from it, but at the same time, we lost two celebrities that kind of.
And the kids also lost parents, so I mean that sucked.
Yeah, but yeah, Hulk Hogan. As I was saying before, I got cut off. Everybody. The term everybody's been using this week is complicated. Whenever you try to describe what's going on, because it's when you talk about Hulk Hogan, the character, there's so many different things that he contributed to the business, to pop culture. He's an icon. There's no bigger wrestler than him in my lifetime. And I've said I've had this discussion with a couple of different people where it's like, Stone Cold Steve Austin came along and he was huge. The Rock, everything, but the time that they were on top and the money they drew was such a short period of time when we look back, because it's like, it seemed like it was forever back then, but like you look back and it's only like a few years span, and it's like crazy to think that like everything that they did was in that short period of time. Right. You take a look at Hogan, and once he gets that belt in '84, the rest of the '80s is Hulkamania, and it's running wild, literally. Like where everywhere you go, people were wearing Hulkamania t-shirts and everything like that. And then fast forward into the '90s with the NWO. Once he turns heel, everybody's wearing NWO shirts going on everywhere. So it's like almost 2 decades worth of Hulk Hogan, dominated pop culture and in professional wrestling. So there's nothing you can do that can take away the legacy of Hulk Hogan, the character. Terry Bollea, the human being, very flawed. I'm not going to try to get into, all that. Everybody knows, it's been well documented. So
if you're a fan,
yeah. So I'm not going to, it's not like I'm defending his actions as a human being, but like I said, you can't take away anything from his legacy because, it is, like I said, one of the biggest names of all time, if not the biggest.
Yeah, I mean, because without Hulk Hogan, there is no Rock, like there is no Stone Cold.
Yeah,
like, those guys grew up and wanted to be him.
He transcended
as they were training.
He transcended the business, man. So, and I was never a Hulkamaniac. Whenever I came into wrestling, Macho Man was my guy. And Hulk Hogan was basically my mortal enemy as a child, where I'm like, oh, I hate Hulk Hogan. And the thing I always loved was that, like, even back then, whenever I was a kid, like you'd be listening to like Saturday Night's Main Event or whatever, and you hear Jesse Body Ventura like cutting down Hogan, or Bobby Heenan cutting down Hogan, and everything they were saying made sense to me, because I remember that one Saturday Night's Main Event where Elizabeth gets taken out, and he carries her the back, and Savage is getting beat up by the Twin Towers, and I was, and he's just like, oh, he's just abandoning his partner. What is he doing? So I had heat with Hulk Hogan from the beginning. I was never a Hulkamaniac. I was always in the realm of the madness, and so. But like I said, I can always give credit to Hulk Hogan for what he contributed to the business. You know.
Yeah, you can't deny his accolades.
Yeah. So
like his stats hold for a reason.
And it's the dichotomy
how's your connection issues, Mike? You're a little glitchy there.
You're a little glitchy.
I am.
I seem fine right now. I don't know. I don't see a whatever. Anyway, just the fact that Ozzy, it's like very interesting how they both went. You know, it's like Ozzy got to go out on his own terms. He gets this big send off with the concert and everything, and it's kind of like storybook. You know, it's like, okay,
yeah.
I get to say goodbye to the fans, and it's, you know, I go out in a blaze of glory type thing. And Hulk Hogan, on the other hand, the last time he was on TV, he got booed out of the building. You know, so
true.
Just the differences between how they were both pretty much last received by society or by the fan base is kind of glaring. So
yeah, that's because Hulk's personal life was getting intertwined with his wrestling life.
Sure.
Yeah, so it was a sad tragic deaths this week. They're all sad, but these ones hit a little closer to home as we grew up watching these people. So It was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, it's a reminder because people I've talked to, it's like, you know, our age that grew up with this stuff, it's like, man, we're getting there. You know,
right.
It's like, oh, death right around the corner.
Yeah, we're older than our parents were whenever we were watching them.
Yeah,
like it's weird.
And even more crazy was my buddy ERIK passed away just a couple days before Hulk Hogan, and a lot of people knew him as Roddy Hogan up in Detroit. He was a fixture up in Detroit. He had an ice cream truck. He'd go everywhere dressed up as Hulk Hogan. He wasn't like an impersonator that like took like bookings or anything like that. But if you go back all the way to WrestleMania 3, he's front row. He looks just like Hogan. Over the years, you see him in the front row up at all the Detroit shows and everything like that. One of the biggest Hulk Hogan fans of all time. And it's just crazy to me that they passed away within a couple days span. I was just talking to my buddy Matt earlier, who knew ERIK as well, and it was like, man, if he and Hulk Hogan would have passed away on the same day, that would have been like the eeriest shit, like on a personal level. But just the fact that they passed away within a few days of each other was crazy. I said earlier, I said if ERIK would have been alive when Hulk Hogan actually died, and he would have been able to see Hulk Hogan pass away, that probably would have killed him. So, yeah,
that's pretty wild how that shit happens.
It's just a shame, you know. R.I.P. to friends more.
Some bullshit. On to some other news. Happy Gilmore 2 came out on Netflix this past Friday. They said it received 46.7 million views, which is the highest Netflix viewing ever. Mm-hmm. Not sure. I haven't really read anything about how the film was received. Me personally, it was almost, not almost, it was way too nostalgic. Like, all the callbacks, like, that wasn't fucking needed at all. Like, they should have just made the movie. Like, it was fucked up. But, I don't know. It is what it is. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
It was weird because
30-year sequels, you can't trust them.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they're leaning into that nostalgia real hard. But it was okay. So I saw a post where they were like saying, "Oh, there's two types of people that hated Happy Gilmore 2 and people that loved Happy Gilmore 2, and there's no in between." But I'm definitely an in-betweener because I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. You know, right. I enjoyed seeing the characters come back. There was a couple things like right out the gate. I'm not going to get into anything, but at the very beginning of the film, I'm just like, "What the fuck." But you know, as it went on, you know, I started to have more fun with it. I liked how they kind of paid tribute to a lot of the people that had passed away that were in the previous film, and the little nods to those people. So those sort of things are cool. But, as far as it being anything close to the first film, I don't think it touches it. But a fun movie.
Yeah, like I thought it was dumb, but I mean, it doesn't mean if I say a movie is dumb, it doesn't necessarily mean I hated it. I just probably won't ever watch it again.
There you go.
So it is what it is. Well, I wouldn't mind. Hopefully, he doesn't try to do anything else like Billy Madison or something.
No,
because that would just not go over well.
Film debut of not necessarily debut, but a big role for MJF. If you're a wrestling fan, you know him from AEW. No, and we can't even get to it. There's some interesting cameos. I'll just say that
there are. I do like the John Daly stuff because he played John Daly.
Yep.
On to other movie news. Predator Badlands trailer dropped, and it finally makes the connection to Aliens with the droid being from the fuck was their place?
Weyland-Yutani.
There you go. That's why I got a co-pilot. So that should be interesting to see. And then, Alien Earth comes out on August 10th.
The 12th.
What?
It's the 12th. I thought it was the 10th, but it's the 12th.
Oh, yeah. And I thought it was the 11th. So it comes out in
I'm completely fucking confused.
Alien Earth comes out in August on Hulu. August 12th.
The Tuesday.
The Tuesday. So maybe we'll talk. Maybe I'll get a chance to watch that before we come on Tuesday. That Tuesday. We'll see. So the Jason universe released a new trailer for a short called Sweet Revenge. Not quite sure what's going to happen here, but I know the Jason universe has been talking about all kinds of Jason shit, but they just aren't following through with anything because they can't really.
They can't do anything. They're not going to make a movie.
So it's just basically going to be shorts and fam films until they figure some shit out.
So this isn't a movie?
No.
Movie, it's still tied up in legal mess. They basically have an IP that they can't sell.
The Jason, like the Friday the 13th franchise is fucked hard. Like people think their franchises might get fucked. Like I know Cube had a hell of a time trying to get Friday to do the next one, but
then how were they able to film anything?
Because it's basically a fan film.
It's so complicated.
Yeah, it's basically a fan film.
Then what's coming out? Because they said something's coming out.
It's just that short.
Yeah, it'll probably only be like 43 minutes or something.
I don't even think it'll be that long.
37 minutes.
I think it's going to be a couple minutes.
But we'll see. Like, I don't know. Like,
we'll see.
That franchise is so fucked up. I'd love to see another Jason film as long as they don't fuck it up. But fingers aren't crossed on that one. So, there was that. Trailer looked decent. So Eddie Murphy announced that once Shrek 5 is released, they're going to start doing a donkey feature film. So Donkey's getting his own movie.
Donkey.
I don't know. I've only ever think I've seen the first Shrek, and that was about it.
Hee-haw!
So there you go for them kids out there.
Hee-haw!
The Marvel-verse is pressing the reset button, and they're going to be rebooting Iron Man.
Great.
And pretty, yeah, fucking great. They're rebooting the whole fucking franchise.
No.
So everybody's gonna get a reboot movie. It's fucking great. And there's a new Meet the Parents sequel coming out called Focker-in-Law. So there's that. I don't think that's necessary either because it's probably been about 20 years since the last one of them came out, right? We broke the chief.
Just throw that anywhere.
We broke the chief. And also, they have been teasing that there just may be a Gremlins sequel. Gremlins 3. Yay.
Whatever. I'll believe you when I see it.
More 30-year-old sequels.
I don't want teasers.
Spielberg has to greenlight it.
Great.
So fingers crossed you'll shut that shit down.
But there is a script, which means it's farther along than a lot of other movies.
This
they
is
talk
true.
about.
This is true. All right. Now that we're 26 minutes in, let's start the show. It's been a long opening.
We had that covered 2 weeks, so
Yeah, it's true. It is true. But the
Big
main
stuff.
event, the Golf-apocalypse Now film, Caddyshack, like I said earlier, came out July 25th, 1980. Runtime 98 minutes. The budget was $6 million, bringing in $60 million. Written by Brian Doyle Murray, Bill Murray's brother,
yep.
Harold Ramis, late Harold Ramis, and the late Douglas Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
And directed by Harold Ramis for his directorial debut. Oh, I didn't even see the chat. Oh, okay, you just hit it. Good deal. Trailer for the Hellraiser video game.
Oh man, I haven't watched that yet.
I haven't either.
What's it called? Hellraiser something.
Spicy.
Hellraiser spicy.
Hellraiser spicy.
Spicy razors.
It sounds like man, they should come up with like some kind of potato chip, like the Hellraiser spicy. You know.
All right. Doritos.
I feel like that's the next Dorito or something like that. Or like a Mountain Dew flavor. Hellraiser spicy.
Keep thinking of fucking Sal. Just spicy. Or just crispy.
Just crispy.
Anyway, so Caddyshack was Harold Ramis's directorial debut. Apparently it was quite the learning experience. I know they were saying like they were just fucking with him, I guess, and trying to say like there's a lot of times where he would mean to say action, but he would say cut. And then he didn't realize that he couldn't look down the pipe of the camera. He had to look at the monitor and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was a learning curve. He figured it out. Went on to do a bunch of fucking things.
I feel like a lot of that stuff. I've heard that stuff too. I feel like they were just teasing him.
Yeah, like I heard him like the one interview I was watching or whatever. They said something about him like looking down through like the viewfinder of the camera or whatever. Then like he was like, "That's not true."
Yeah, but there was one where he was saying how like they're like, "Okay, how do you want to set up this shot?" And he'd be like, "All right, let's do this or whatever." And they're like, "Okay, so we're gonna set up the shot like this. So you want us to move all this stuff that's in the background?" Like if they go through like this laundry list of things, and so you'd rather do that than just set up the shot over here. And he's like, "Oh, well, okay." Yeah, right. It's one of those things that like you said, it's a learning curve, and it's more like, okay, you tell me how we're going to set up the shot. And
I mean, after this, he ended up doing Stripes, and then just Ghostbusters. Like it's over after that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So he learned. The one thing I learned about reading up on some of this shit was I didn't realize Douglas Kenny died in Hawaii a month after this film's release.
Yep.
Fell off a fucking 35-foot cliff.
Allegedly fell.
Allegedly. Yeah, like him and Chevy Chase went to Hawaii. Chase came back to do some work shit, like he had a meeting. So whenever Chase came back, then Douglas's girlfriend went out to Hawaii. And she ended up coming back, and Chevy was about to go back out, and then he got a phone call saying his friend was missing, and then they found out that he fell off the 35-foot cliff.
And so I said allegedly, and I don't want to confuse people and make it sound like Chevy Chase may have killed Doug Kenny. That was not my intention. No, if you watch the making of documentary of Caddyshack, they go into a little bit more where Doug Kenny, once they were going through, they had originally come up with the script and everything like that, and then as the film was progressing, there's a lot of changes to the script. Originally the film was supposed to be focused on the caddies, and like Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, those guys had like smaller roles. Even Bill Murray's character, I don't think he had any dialogue at all. So they were just meant to be like star cameos, and everything was going to be focused on the caddies. And then as it progressed, it turned more into those characters coming into the forefront. And I think as it went on, and they one of the things I know that Doug Kenny was kind of not happy about was the gopher being done and everything like that, and that it was like too cheesy and everything. So I think like once the script continued to change and he kind of lost more control over what was going on, and it went further away from what his vision was of how he wanted the film, that affected him. And like I said, in the making of documentary, Harold Ramis even says that Doug Kenny, was kind of troubled at the time. He was depressed and everything like that. So once the film comes out and gets terrible reviews. I don't know how on earth people could have hated this film, but whatever. It got terrible reviews when it came out, and Doug Kenny sees all these terrible reviews, and that's like really the last thing he sees before he passes away. So a lot of people believe that he chose to end his life. Some people say he was hiking and it might have been an accident. No one knows for sure, but I think Harold Ramis kind of believes that it was his choice to do that.
Chevy Chase.
No, it was Chevy Chase for sure. No. So yeah, very sad story because Doug Kenny never really got to see it come to fruition. He just saw, it's like whenever you write a film, a lot of people treat it like this is my baby, and when somebody, all these different, fingers start getting into the mix and changing it, it's like, everything you envision it becoming turns into something else. So it's like, no, this isn't what I wanted. And now this film comes out and it gets all these terrible reviews. And Doug Kenny's like, Jesus, this is what I had feared. If we would have just done it the way I wanted to, it would have been a hit. Because the big thing was, Ramis and Kenny are coming off the success of Animal House, and everybody's expecting them, like, there's all this pressure for Kenny and Ramis to be like follow up to that. Like, how do you follow Animal House? Such a huge and iconic film, and once everything kind of goes off the rail in Kenny's mind, it becomes a thing where he's like, we completely fucked this up, and my career's done. So it's a shame, but he's definitely one of the main people that are responsible for this film. Him, like you said, Harold Ramis, Brian Doyle Murray put together an amazing film, and it's like I said, it's a shame that he never got to see it come to fruition and become the classic comedy that is beloved.
Yeah, because the brainstorm really came from Brian Doyle Murray at first, I believe.
Yeah,
he worked at a country club with Bill Murray.
Yeah, the Murray brothers, that family grew up in Chicago, and they worked at a golf course, and I think a lot of inspiration came from that. I can't remember. It was something Hill. I can't remember the exact name, but they were saying a lot of the scenes in the film kind of are derived from experiences they had when they were working at that golf course. So
right. So I mean, it's a very interesting story whenever you go back and do like the inside story of Caddyshack and check it out. I think it's like an hour and some change.
Mm-hmm. A lot more to it.
Yeah. Like this film almost didn't even happen at some point. Like then Harold Ramis almost got fired like 2 or 3 times. Like they were pretty much writing the script as they went along, changing shit, writing scenes in for Bill Murray and Chevy Chase to do a scene together. Like it was just one fucking thing after another. Like I remember them saying like the one scene fucking Rodney Dangerfield is filming and like he's just getting so irritated, he's sweating, his fucking face is turning red, and they're like, what's wrong with you? He's like, I'm fucking bombing. They're like, no, you're killing. He's like, well, why is no one laughing? They're like, they fucking can't, we're filming a movie, it's not a comedy show.
Yeah.
He was like, oh fuck. Like he was so pissed off because no one was laughing at his jokes. Like he just thought he was fucking just bombing.
Yeah, you talk about this being Ramis's film directorial debut. This is Rodney Dangerfield's film debut. So he knew nothing about the business. So no. I think there was a story where Ramis was telling him, "Okay, action, Rodney," and Rodney didn't respond at all. And they're like, "Action, Rodney," and it's still nothing. And he was like, "Rodney, what the hell are you doing? I'm calling action." And he's like, "Oh, so you want me to do my bit?" And he's like, "Yeah, I want you to do your bit." And he's like, "Okay." So he's like, instead of saying action, he goes, "Rodney, do your bid." And then Rodney starts into it. So yeah, he was very, clueless when it came to everything, but he did a phenomenal job, man. Fucking Rodney Dangerfield, legend.
They said the film was little direction, lots of talent, and even more drugs.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Lots of drugs, lots of partying on that set.
You do drugs, Dave?
Yes.
Good.
Every day. Then what's the problem?
Is this Russia?
This isn't Russia, is it? This isn't Russia.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, so jumping up into the movie, like you get like the title sequence that we had playing in the intro of our video, which is like it's a great shot though. Like they just show like parts of the golf course, then like you just see like the gopher trail coming through.
I like the gopher.
Which is funny because the gopher fucking got added in like last minute. Like, there really was no gopher, and then he basically steals the show.
It was a puppet. Whenever they were originally filming like the little scenes where like Dangerfield's like, hey, that kangaroo stole my ball. Or like whenever Murray dives to try to get it, you know, they were using a puppet, a guy underneath with just holding the puppet up. So yeah, and then they had eventually go to some of the people at was it Industrial Light and Magic? They worked on Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, and they came up with this gopher where it's like, okay, you know, because I think Ramis said they even tried to like get some live animals to do that. Like we tried like
like you can't train a rodent.
Yeah, like all kinds of different animals to try to do it, and they're like no, and they ended up going with this one. It turned out good. But yeah, that intro is pretty cool. I like how it's like, you know, you see the golf course and you hear like the of like
sprinklers.
Sprinklers going on and everything, and it goes like it syncs perfectly into that Kenny Loggins intro.
Yeah,
and it can't get out of my head.
And that's what most of the budget was used on. But then it's funny because then after that you get a glimpse of you don't know it at the time, but the Noonan household with the star Danny Noonan, Fred from Roseanne. So you get like their household, and how many fucking kids does this family have?
Yeah, that's what I'm
like. They keep opening bedroom doors, and like 4 to 6 kids run out of every fucking bedroom.
It reminds me of that scene in The Meaning of Life.
I love it when the dad is like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, that's your nephew. Yeah. Oh,
I was like, I'm confused already. Is he just staying here, or
yeah, like how many fucking kids can live in this house?
Yeah, I think they wanted to set it up as like the typical Irish Catholic family with like a ton of kids and all under one roof type.
Yeah,
pretty much how the Murrays grew up. You know, so many kids in that family.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Mm-hmm. But then like so then Danny's talking about his dad about how much money, and then like he makes him put all of his tip money in the jar for college. So it just shows you like the struggle in the 80s of like coming up and not having money and trying to go do something like go to college or anything like that, because you got to save up for that shit. Like the wages weren't what they are these days, even though everything balances out, because once the wages go up, everything else goes up.
How much was this college again? I forget.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know if they ever said actually. Did they?
Oh, he gave a number, but I forget what it was.
But then Danny goes to the country club, and then him and Ty are out on the course just having a conversation, which is fucking great.
Great.
So then fucking they're out there just talking or whatever, and then Danny's trying to break down like, hey, like, you know, like I'm trying to do this, blah, blah, blah. Ain't no way I'm going to end up working at a fucking lumber yard. And then Chevy Chase, Ty Webb, he's like, I own some lumber yards. I think I own 2. He's like, where are they? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I notice you don't spend a lot of time there.
Yeah, he's like, what's wrong with
I don't know where they are.
He's like, what's wrong with lumber yards? I own 2 of them. It's like, I notice you don't spend too much time there. I'm not quite sure where they are.
like all the fucking, I don't know, like Chevy Chase's lines in this movie, like everything is great. Like he has just so much wit about him.
They are Chevy Chase lines.
Yeah, there's so much wit about Chevy Chase. Like you hear a lot of bad things about him too, but when it comes to his performing roles, like he's fucking great.
Yeah,
like, I don't think I've ever really seen him play a bad character.
And this is prime Chevy Chase. A lot of people will say prime Chevy Chase was on SNL and everything like that, but for me, it's this time frame where he's doing like Caddyshack, he's doing Fletch, and those type of films where he's just got that clever quip, you know, on everything. And a lot of times it's not scripted stuff. It's just, you know, stuff that comes off the cuff that he ad libs.
Yeah.
and it's just so good. Another one, to compare it to anybody modern, I would say Ryan Reynolds is one of those same characters. And I know it for a long time, whenever Kevin Smith was talking about doing a Fletch remake, Ryan Reynolds was one of the ones he considered for the part of Fletch.
I think he said him and Jason Lee, right?
Yeah. There was a couple of them.
Yeah.
And I can see it because you watch Deadpool. Deadpool is basically Chevy Chase in a costume.
Yeah.
It's just all these smart aleck comments and everything's just really quick and really funny. And that's how Chase was, man. And such iconic characters. I
just like how he kept like talking to Danny, and he's like, "Good shot, Jimmy." And he's like, "Danny, sir." He's like, "Oh yeah." And then later on, he's like, "I like you, Betty."
I like you, Betty. It's Danny.
And then he fucking does the chip shot, and he blindfolds himself. Like, he's a fucking outstanding golfer. Like, he's fucking killing it. So then he like tells Danny to fucking blindfold himself, and he fucking chips it into the water, and he's like, "Where'd it go?" He's like, "Right into the lumberyard." That whole scene cracks me up. But then you get the intro of Ted Knight.
Oh man,
Judge Snails driving to the country club, sees the gopher trail. Fucking the gopher's moving the cup flag. And then he runs up to the greenskeeper. He's like, "I saw a gopher."
You know what I just saw? A gopher. Gopher. Do you know what they could do to a golf course?
So then he fucking run like the greenskeeper goes over, and that's whenever you get introduced to Bill Murray as Carl. Carl Spacker, the greenskeeper. Who also, like, I mean, there's so many good actors and so many good performances in this fucking movie, man. Like, Carl's just sitting there fucking watching these old ladies play golf while he's cleaning some balls, and it looks like he's rubbing one out. And then he's like, "What are you doing? I told you to go redo the 13th hole."
Damn your eyes, man. He's just staring at I love, and it's so good. Ramis does a great job because he's doing like these close-ups on the woman's this older woman's ass while she's like, trying to line up a putt and everything like that. And it's just so silly that this guy is just fawning over these elderly women who are playing golf. Oh my gosh. It's a great introduction to the character. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then like the next scene after that is what cracks me up. Whenever they fucking go back to the clubhouse or the Caddyshack, and fucking then they clip back to Bill Murray talking to one of the caddies, and he has a fucking pitchfork like right up to his throat, and he's fucking like telling the story about how he caddied for the Dalai Lama, and then he was like, "Your Excellency is like, so what kind of information can you give me?" He's like, "On your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness." So I got that going for me.
Llama, big hitter. And I noticed he's going to stiff me. And I'm like, hey, Llama, how about something for the effort? There will be no money, but on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me.
And then, like, just like the face that Bill Murray makes, like how he has his lip just dropping, like he's Rambo kind of a deal. Like, so I think they originally casted some guy for the role, and then apparently he had some kind of he was like, I guess, some kind of combat vet, and then he was just kind of out there. And then Ramis was like, "Well, so we tried to do the lines, and every time he would do the lines, he would miss lines, and then whenever he would nail the lines, his acting performance was terrible." He's like, "So we ended up getting Bill to fill the part, and we had him for exactly 6 days between him filming and doing SNL." I'm like, "Well, that's fun."
Correct me if I'm wrong, Sandy, but if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
Gophers! The Gophers!
The furry little rodents.
The Gophers.
Oh. We could do that. We don't even need a reason.
Yeah.
It's so fucking goofy.
Oh,
I think all his lines are pretty much ad-lib too, right?
Yeah. Like,
so,
very little direction from Ramis. These guys were so good at their craft, man. This is one of those films. Like, we just sit here all night quoting it, and we're going to.
Oh, yeah.
So get ready. We're already knee deep, but
we're only 15 minutes into this film.
Yeah, like you said, he has that pitchfork, and you can see like he's digging into that kid's neck a couple times on those takes.
He looks so scared. He's just like,
yeah, because he's like, what the fuck is this guy gonna do? Because you're some young actor, you can't say anything like, "Hey, Bill Murray, back off, Mr. Big Shot." You'll get shit canned in a second. So it's just like, okay, like, all right.
After that, we are introduced to Al Chervik. Fucking Rodney Dangerfield comes pulling up in his big ass red fucking bright loud car with his loud outfit because he's wearing the brightest and goofiest clothes the whole fucking film, which is how Rodney Dangerfield fucking dressed up. So I mean, he's probably wearing shit from his own wardrobe. But then like he fucking goes in there and then he like valets his car, validated, and then he goes into the pro shop and fucking Smails is in there, and then fucking Dangerfield's just big time and everything. Like I want those. I want 6 of those. Give me a box of those. Give me a box of those. Hey, look at this fucking hat. He's like, what did he say? Is you come with a free? Oh fuck!
A hat like that, you should come with a bowl of soup.
Yeah. And then he looks over.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
And he looks over at Smails, and Smails is wearing that hat. And he's like, "It looks good on you, though."
But it looks good on you.
Like that shit is fucking great. And then,
hey, Wang, I think this place is restricted, so don't tell me you're Jewish. Okay, fine.
And he's like Japanese.
They hired. I think they said he was like some type of professor, and he didn't speak English, and he never acted before. And they just had him go onto the set, and they're like, just follow him around and act like you're taking pictures. This is stereotypical, like Asian tourist, and just follow him around and just smile and act like you're taking pictures. That's all Wang does.
That's his direction for the film.
Yeah.
But then fucking so Smails goes out and he's about to play some rounds of golf, and then as they're teeing up, fucking Dangerfield and his crew come out, and then he's just like talking shit to fucking Smails, calling him Whitey because he has fucking real white hair.
That's one of my favorites. I say that shit all the time. Hey, Whitey, where's your hat?
It's like $100 says you sliced it into the trees. I never slice.
Gambling's illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slice. Damn!
Slices it right to the woods.
You can owe me. I owe you nothing.
But the back and forth between those two is fucking great throughout the whole entire film. Like, fucking Ted Knight is a goddamn genius. Like, he's fucking too funny.
Dude, Ted Knight is the standout in this film for me. That's a bold statement whenever you got characters like Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, and Bill Murray that are just phenomenal. Ted Knight, man, he makes it. It's one of those things where we've talked about it before. Whenever you have a great villain, it makes your other characters' amplified performance like so much more. It just makes the film that much better. Whenever you can have somebody that plays off the antagonist and makes everything that much better. And Ted Knight, man, Mary Tyler Moore, if you knew him from back in the day, he was an accomplished actor, and he comes on there and he plays that straight judge character that the snobatorium, and he just nails it, man. I love Ted Knight. Ted Knight is probably my favorite part of this film.
Yeah, it's so good. But then like you have them playing their round, and then fucking Dangerfield goes up to tee off, and he fucking hits the fucking
4.
Hits the ball, and he's 4, and then it fucking smashes Smails right in the nuts. Maybe I should have yelled 2.
It's such a great shot with Ramis, where it's like you see the ball coming out of the sky, and then it's just a close up of Ted Knight's crotch, and you see the ball blink, like hit him in the dick. Oh man, this movie is so good, man.
And then like that's why I wish Dave would have watched it like with us, because he would. I think we have to do that one day this next week or something. You'll have to revisit this film with us that love the film, and then you'll really, really appreciate it. But I mean, I know you're not a big sports guy, so
not a big sports guy.
Probably not. He was too busy collecting comics and shit. But then, so after that, like after, they're still fucking playing that same round of golf or whatever, and then fucking what's his name, Tony Annunzio is fucking caddying for Dangerfield.
D'Annunzio.
And then he's like, what the fuck you got in here? He's like, whenever I was a kid, I used to carry, what do you say, like 100-pound bags, slabs of ice up and down the stairs or something.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times a day. So what? So let's dance.
He fucking cranked his fucking golf bag. That thing had to be so heavy because he's got fucking a stereo in it, a phone, a fucking like keg of beer on tap.
Yeah, on tap.
Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
The man's a menace.
But the shit is great. And then I don't think is there anything else that happens on that scene?
What? Where they're golfing?
Oh, they get ready to go to lunch.
Yeah, they go over to the Caddyshack. Or the,
and then Spalding,
Spalding,
John F. Barman Jr. He's fucking just like trying to figure out what the fuck he wants to eat the whole time. And then that's whenever you get introduced to Maggie, who is Sarah Holcomb from Animal House.
Animal House, the underage girl that gets wasted and shows up in the shopping cart
with one of the worst and over-the-top Irish accents of all time. And then to me, like, she's kind of like an expendable character because she's in it, but she doesn't really have anything significant except for she's like the Danny's semi-love interest.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, like, there's not really much of a point.
Biggest whore on Fifth Avenue, so I'm told.
Yeah, like her fucking accent, crazy accent. But then you get to the dinner party, and fucking everybody's sitting around, and they go back to Dangerfield, who's over there with his party, just talking all kinds of shit, fucking destroying everybody. He's just roasting people, like the whole time he's in this fucking country club. Like he's talking shit about the chef's steak and shit. It's like it still has the jockey food. Still has the marks from where the jockey was hitting it. Which I don't even know why she would go back and tell him that. I wouldn't have. Like,
dog food.
I wouldn't have told him what the fuck that guy said. So then you get that, and then fucking I always like whenever fucking Dangerfield stands up and he sees the old man sitting there in a chair. He's like, "Hey, the funeral home's 2 blocks left." I'm like, that's fucking funny. Then he just kind of wanders around. Then he starts talking to Smales and giving him shit. He's like, "It's your mother?" Like fucking Dangerfield in this movie, what kills it for me? Like he's too funny.
Oh, I love it.
He just roasting people left and right. And then Ty finally shows up, and then he's got a big thing for Smales as his niece.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
And Cindy Morgan.
Lacey
so then he's sitting there like, huh?
You skipped over her earlier whenever she showed up whenever they were golfing. Lacey Underall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She had no bra on.
Yeah.
And a very tight polo. And it was cold that day.
Must be a change from dreary old Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was having too much fun.
She was kind of an uppity person.
She's more relaxed. You know, she's part of that, you know, she comes from the family, but she's one of those people that are very relaxed and you know, has a zest for life, as he says.
Yes. Yes. But then fucking like because Ty shows up and he starts kind of like, well, he gets introduced to Dangerfield, and then Dangerfield walks off, and then he just kind of like he sees Lacey, and then he's kind of like, all right, I gotta go holler at this chick. Meanwhile, fucking Spalding's running around drinking all the half-drink cocktails laying around, and then he fucking ends up grabbing one with a cigarette butt in it, and then you see him run outside and throw up in a fucking sunroof of a car.
Dr. Beeper's car.
Fucking Dr. Beeper. Dr. Beeper. Let me see.
I enjoy skinny skiing, going to bullfights on acid. and we forgot. Oh man, we're jumping all over the place. So while this is going on, we got fucking Carl Spackler, Bill Murray, who's like concocting this plan to get the fucking gopher. So he's you know, he's got at that point he's got the gun. He's out in the.
Well, that's kind of like intertwining between these scenes.
Yeah, that's like the thread is the gopher story, and Carl Spackler's out there. He's in the bushes. He's got the gun, and he shoots, and it goes flying by and
Fucking
busts one of
shoots the light and almost shoots Lacey in the leg.
Yeah.
I guess it's just funny because he's like, you see like the one cutaway scene, he's like in there like just talking nonsense while he's like oiling up his gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts back to the dining, like the dinner party, and then it goes back to him, and he's fucking like hiding in the woods, and he's fucking what's he say, like something about sleek, creepy, crimey gopher guts or whatever the fuck, and he's like the only good varmint is a dead varmint.
Dead varmint.
Like he's just out fucking for the hunt.
Yeah, you don't remember that? You don't remember that old song? Great big globs of greasy, grimy gopher guts.
I don't. I do not.
Well, fuck it.
I did forget to mention the one thing too. Whenever fucking Smales and Dangerfield are out playing golf, and then he fucking has that putt, and then he has that big ass scope on his putter. And he's like, Einstein gave me this.
Made a fortune in physics.
Ever hear of him? Like, nope.
It's just all the one-liners, man. Rodney just nails all these one-liners, man. He just cracks me up. He's such an over-the-top character with Alistair Chervig. And then, another part where he says, $1,000 you missed that putt, and then he misses the putt, and Smales takes the club and just wings it, and it goes up into the golf course patio or whatever, and almost like it takes this woman out.
And Danny's always kissing ass because he just wants to try to be a lawyer or whatever, and then he tells him he wants to be a senator. Yeah, he's like, you mentioned it. I did notice that the grips were kind of loose. Like, I should have said something. Yeah, you should have.
Because he's trying to get the caddy scholarship, man.
Yeah.
I ain't paying no 50 cents for no Coke.
And you ain't getting no Coke. Let me in there.
You pick up that blood.
Losing at the track again. He raised the price of Coke, which is Brian Doyle Murray.
Brian Doyle Murray. Lou Loomis.
Yeah. So that shit was pretty funny too. So then, like, we have the dinner party where fucking Carl almost shoots them.
The dance of the living dead.
Yeah, fucking, and it cuts back, and then that's when everybody's dancing, and then fucking Dangerfield tips the band a bunch of money, and he's like starts playing some hip music, and then he starts dancing like a fucking weirdo. And that's whenever fucking like they keep cutting between that and then Chevy Chase and Lacey between those scenes. Like it definitely like jumps back and forth a good bit. So there's a lot of shit going on in this film. Like it doesn't stop. Like it's just something going on. Like there's some kind of information going on at all times. Because then after that they have
the caddy tournament.
Well, they have the cut scene the next day where Carl's back talking to the women teeing off again while he's digging holes. And then it cuts back to Ty and Danny, and then Ty's putting on the putting escapade where he's fucking just like draining putts from all over the place on the green. Fucking shooting him like pool stick, like he's playing pool, and then fucking no shoes on. Then he misses the one. And he's like, he's like, a donut without a hole is only a Danish.
Close, but yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, so then you go to, there's a caddy tournament, which Danny is going to be facing Tony to win this caddy scholarship, I think is what they're playing for, isn't it?
Basho. Philosopher Basho said, a flute with no holes is not a flute. And a donut with no hole is a Danish.
There you
go. The shortest distance between two things.
Straight line.
No. Yeah, man. That's. And I think Ramus said that was all Chevy Chase, where the only direction he gave him was like make some kind of what was it? Some kind of sound. Like he was trying to. I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, he just gives him the direction to make like some kind of weird sound, and that's what Chase ended up doing. That no, be the ball, and that like people still use that to this day. Golfing, yeah, it's such a huge thing. Anyway, what'd you say? What'd you say, motherfucker?
I said the next day is the golf tournament. Was that for the caddy job? the caddy thing or whatever.
Well, so they have the caddy tournament.
Caddy tournament.
Right, but he, Smales was saying to him, he's like, if you win the caddy tournament, that looks good on a kid's resume. Before he tips him like 50 cents or whatever he gives.
It's like a quarter.
There's a couple coins.
Fucking terrible. Cheap bastard. Yeah, so then he's playing Tony, and then obviously Danny wins. So I mean, you knew that was going to happen. Nothing real crazy through that scene. But then, like, the next cut you get is Lacey goes to Ty's house.
Well, I was going to say, no, he celebrates by going over and banging Maggie.
Oh, yeah. He does bang Maggie. And Tony keeps trying to peek through the windows.
Help me sort my holy cards. There was a lot more. Like, they said that they filmed a whole bunch
I'm
of
not going to
stuff.
lie. On my notes, I skipped a lot of the Maggie shit because, like I said, I found her to be like a...
I'm talking about cut stuff. They said they filmed a lot of stuff with Maggie and Danny, and that it just didn't play very well. So ultimately, when it came down to editing, that's a lot of that stuff is what got the axe. So
Yeah, which is... I would have gave it the axe, too, because...
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's not a big deal.
Everything else is way better. Yeah, so then they go to... Lacey shows up at Ty's house for their little date or whatever. And then Ty fucking has all these, like, half-drinking bottles of, like, Perrier laying around. So then he, like, just starts fucking filling them up just to make a full bottle and then shakes it up so it has a little fizz. Then he acts like he's fucking opening it up with a bottle opener and, like, the cap just falls off. And then you see him over there. He's sitting there. He's having a good time. He's playing piano, trying to hit this fucking shit. And then he just decides to do some tequila shots.
That's how you do
And
it.
then shit happens.
I was
And then
born to love.
Apparently she I guess she didn't like how he was just ad-libbing everything in that scene. Like, she didn't know how to take Chevy Chase. Like, she didn't realize they were filming at the time whenever they were doing that.
Well, I think they had
the salt, and I look up and I see the light on the camera, and I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think they had a little disagreement off camera, and neither would kind of budge. So there was a little bit of heat between them. And then, Ramus just ended up sitting the camera down and recorded. And then, Chase just goes into his bit while she's like, she doesn't even realize that, okay, they're filming this for the film. So just off the cuff stuff.
I was trying to remember the song he was singing, but I can't.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you, but you were born to rub me first.
Yeah, that's what...
That was a terrible rendition. I apologize.
At least you knew the words.
Because
they're trying to give her a massage, and he fucking opens that oil. It fucking goes everywhere.
that was off something that he just did. She wasn't ready for that. She wasn't expecting that. So
and they were skinny dipping.
So many, just so many little one-liner type jokes in this bit between him and her. Even whenever she walks in, she comes in the house and he's like, "Oh, hi," and he moves his hands and he just punches through the screen that's there or whatever, and he's like trying to fix it, and it's torn, and he's just making all these comments like, "I'm getting ready for the season or whatever," and she's like, "What season?" And he's like, "Dolphin." He's like, "You want to drink tuna colada?" Or it's just all this goofy shit he's saying. She's like, "This is a check for $70,000. It's uncashed." And he's like, "Yeah, keep it. It's yours." Hey, here's another one. There's a whole bunch of them. And it kind of gives you insight into the character of Ty Webb, where he's this guy that has all this money, and so he's on the same level as Smales and Dr. Beeper as far as wealth and societal status, but he's more relaxed where, all he cares about is golf. And,
right.
He even says to Carl later, he says to Danny, he's like, "I'm a veg, Danny." You see your future, be your future, because it's like, he tells that story about, somebody becoming like this great golfer or whatever, and he didn't do it. And he's like, "You know who that guy was?" And that was my roommate, Mitch Cumstein or something like that. But clearly it's a story about him where, he had the ability to become a pro golfer and he didn't. So the whole moral is he's trying to convince Danny to kind of seize his opportunity and make something out of himself. So even though he has his money, which it seems like he kind of like inherited, because they talk about later on, Smales is talking about how him and Ty's dad, built the club,
Yeah.
So obviously he has like generational wealth, and he just.
I like too in the beginning of the film whenever him and Danny are talking, and he's talking about not being able to go to lawyer school, and he's like, "Well, I can't fit the whole bill."
I give you like what 2, 3 yesterday. I can't fit everything. Or like later, whenever they're in the we skipped over this too, where they're in the clubhouse and Smales is like, "Oh, Ty, what'd you shoot today?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't keep score." Well, how do you measure yourself with other golfers? By height. And then you got the bishop, where he tells that joke to the bishop.
Oh yeah.
And then the guy that's doing the massages and everything, that's working at the clubhouse, he's like, "You motherfucker!" And he takes his shoes and starts grinding them.
Yeah, he tells a slightly racist joke.
Yeah.
I love this fucking movie. Like I think I watched it like 3 times. I watched it again this morning just to make sure I get my notes. But speaking of the bishop, so the bishop wants to get in, like it's about to rain, so they're trying to close up the course, and the bishop shows up, and he wants to shoot 9 holes real quick before the storm sets in. Who's he running to? None other than Carl, as Carl's sitting there playing imaginary fucking Masters Tour with some mums and a fucking sickle.
He's a Cinderella boy.
You got a hold of that one. But like that shit was funny too. That's like pretty much all Murray's direction was did you ever like go on a run or something and think you're in the Olympics and then just try to play it out in your head? Is like, just do that.
Yeah, you're living the moment, but you're playing it in your mind as the announcer, where you're like calling it. And it's like, all right, he's lining up this former greenskeeper now on the verge of becoming Masters champion. It's in the hole.
So then Bishop gets him to go fucking out and caddy for him. And then he starts shooting. It starts pouring down rain. He's shooting like one of the best games ever. And then
should we keep going?
Like one of the caddy or one of the country club guys like, "Bishop, we're going to be shutting it down." He's like, "You should probably get inside soon." And he's like, "Shooting the best game of my life. What do you think?" It's like, "Well, I hear the hard stuff isn't supposed to happen for a couple hours."
Yeah, I don't think the hard stuff is going to come down anytime soon. And it's like, gale force winds. Like you can't shoot any ball in that kind of weather. But the bishop is having the game of his life. He theoretically he could break the club record.
He could have.
And he's got like the little bits where like the frog's jumping out of the hole and the ball goes past the hole, but the wind blows it back in and everything like that. So, and then finally the final shot misses.
He rims it.
Rat turds.
Fucking has his club in the air and gets struck by lightning.
The best part is that Bill Murray, Carl Spackler, just sits the golf clubs down and just kind of like scampers off.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, like,
I'm getting the fuck out of here. This isn't part of the deal. That scene always cracked me up. Like that's probably to me one of my more memorable scenes too. Just because, I mean, it's so short and simple, but I mean, it's funny. It's fucking, who was the bishop? Henry Wilcoxon.
Yeah. They said
another legend in the game. That's what I'm saying too. Like, if you're planning on having this many giant cameos for a caddy movie, like, I don't know what you were thinking, like how you didn't think they were going to steal the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's too much talent. I mean, not too much. Like, it worked perfect, but I mean, if you were trying to make a movie just based on the caddies, like Danny being the fucking main star, and then all the other caddies, like there's just too much power around any character.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know Henry Wilcoxon, but I mean, they even said, he's been in film since silent film. So, he was around he was a day one guy.
Yeah. Fucking killed it. And then, so after that, it cuts down to where they're all hanging out down in the billiard room at the clubhouse. Smales and Chase and Dr. Beeper and all them, and they're just kind of like bullshitting. And then fucking, of course, Smails his nemesis Dangerfield, fucking Chevik shows up. And fucking they start getting into their little argument. And then Chevy Chase is like, look, let's just go up to your drinks or up to your office and have some drinks and talk this over. So then they're trying to like set up a match or whatever, and then Dangerfield's like, you and the doctor, and then I'll take Ty. And then Ty's not really trying to play, but then fucking Smails is trying to talk him out of it. And he's like, my dad never really liked you. Like, yeah, I'll play. Let's make it 40,000. So then they settled the schedule for the big golf match.
I'll shoot you 18 holes for $10,000. Well, I could beat you with one arm tied behind my back. Okay, fine. Then let's play doubles for $20,000. You can have Dr. Frankenstein here and or Frankenputz, and I'll take Ty. He's like, oh no, I don't play people for money or whatever. And he's like, what are you, religious or something?
So then they end up scheduling their golf match, and then like the next scene is Ty out there playing golf, drunk, fucking just kind of like hanging out. He fucking hits the shot, fucking goes through a window. Well, before that happens though, you see fucking Bill Murray sitting in here making fucking
explosives,
rodent decoys out of C4. Where he got C4 and detonators, nobody knows. But he's fucking sculpting these little animals like out of C4 like he's using a fucking thing of clay. And then the fucking ball comes through his window and he comes outside and he's like looking around like, is that you? Is that you, varmint? And then fucking Chevy Chase comes walking up. He's like, oh, hey. And then what's his, he calls him what, Brett or something? And he's like, my name's Ty.
Yeah, that's the same thing that he did to Danny.
Yeah, so like they're in there just kind of like, he's like, can I just play through? He's like, yeah, it's fine. Come on in. So then he's fucking in there like acting like he's tidying up or whatever, and then he starts going on some crazy shit. Like I forget all exactly what he's talking about. But then he's trying to.
This for everybody that was involved in this film, this was like the penultimate scene because finally you get Chevy Chase and Bill Murray together in a scene, which historically they had issues.
Some beef.
Yeah, one of the Saturday Night Lives, I think that Chevy hosted, they got into a physical altercation. So there was a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't know if these guys are cool. How are they going to work together? Are they going to, are the two egos going to explode? And they end up writing this scene for him because I think Ramis sat those guys down and said, okay, well, what do you want to do? And they came up with that scene. And
they wrote that scene over lunch.
Yeah. And they came in and they did it, and they were complete professionals. You wouldn't have known that there was any bad blood or animosity.
Yeah, they said they squashed the beef one set.
Yeah. So
that was pretty dope.
It's a fun little interaction. He's just trying to play through, and Carl was trying to befriend him, like because obviously Carl just sitting around by himself all the time. He has no friends, so he's trying to become friends with Ty. Like, hey man, he's like, yeah, you want to sit down? He's like, oh no, I don't want to stick to anything.
He's like, this is my he's like inventing like a new strain of grass. He's like, it's some kind of grass mixed with Kentucky bluegrass, and then you can go play 36 holes, and then after that you can smoke it.
Yeah. I got pounds of this stuff.
He's like, look here, Bob Marley joint.
Here, take this
big ass joint.
Take a swig of this with my lips.
He's like, it's a little harsh, but gets the job done. He's like,
cannonball
it. Cannonball it. Mm-hmm. He's like, here, pass it back. All right, now you come on, cannonball it again. Come on. So they're just sitting there passing back and forth a joint and this big bottle of fucking like wine or something.
I don't even know what it is.
It's probably some kind of moonshine he makes in his fucking garage. Because he's just living in like a fucking little shack. And he's like, here, sit down. He's like, oh no, I couldn't do that. He's like, I'll just play through. He's like, drop ball? He's like, I'll get it. And he drops it on that little patch of grass and hits it back out through the other window. Like that whole scene, probably like a 7-minute scene, maybe?
Somewhere in there, like 5 minutes, good 5 minutes.
Yeah, like it was a pretty decent scene. Like, and then just the fact that, like you said, like them squashing their beef and putting a scene together is fucking a legendary thing. Like, it's two things, like one scene that people never thought they'd ever probably see was them two in the movie together. One screen together. And then the next day you got the big skins match, the golf match. between the doctor and Smales and Ty and old Shervik.
I'm trying to think. Was this the only time that Chevy Chase and Bill Murray were on screen together? In any film?
I think so.
I mean, I can't remember anything else.
I'm trying to rack my brain here, and I can't think of anything else. So it's pretty incredible.
It's like an iconic scene.
No, and it's not the funniest. I don't think it's the funniest bit in the film, but
No.
just the fact that historically you've got two of the biggest comedians of all time together on screen. It's just like Pacino and De Niro in Heat. That's not like some kind of groundbreaking scene. Like that scene is not going to win Oscars or anything like that. But just to have those two together, it's like, like Andre and Hogan. Going back to that.
You see it once. And that's about it. But then you got the big golf match whenever they come showing up. Fucking Shervik's fucking driving his car up to the fucking up on the golf course and around.
Right
fucking smells like he gets out of the car and fucking runs over to the car and he's like, looks and he's got a foreign car, so the steering wheel's on the right side. So he runs up to Chevy and he's like, "Get that steering wheel over on your side of the car and move it." He's like,
"Get this car out of here." Hey, look at that.
Then he fucking closes his thumb in the door and he's like, nope, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
In the most awkward way. Like I'm whenever you watch that, he closes the door, but he puts his hand like in the door. And I'm like, how would you even go about doing that to yourself? But it's a weird one where that scene, like he hurts his hand and he's like jumping around. He's like, and you think, oh, maybe he's going to get injured and he can't be in the competition or whatever. But then it's like Dr. Bieber's beeper keeps going off. You got Al's phone keeps ringing. Smales is over there arguing with somebody, and it's just like a total chaotic scene. Yeah. And then it's like Brian Doyle Murray is just like, guys, and he gets everybody's attention. And he's like,
because Lou's the I guess the ref in the ref in the game. So he's making sure, like, he's like, look, like, no matter what happens here, we all got to make sure that I don't get fired.
Yeah, like, this is illegal and against club rules. So you all waive responsibility to said referee. Or anything that might get me fired.
So then, like, it turns into like a big spectacle too. Like, everybody's watching this shit. And then fucking meanwhile, cutscenes. You have fucking Bill Murray going around the golf course planting his C4 rodents, trying to fucking hunt down the goddamn gopher. And like you said though, like the match is a fucking just disaster. Well, it's got a message from the Richard. This movie came on after Saturday morning cartoons a lot as a kid. The Baby Ruth joke always hit. That it does.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that part too.
I was going to double back. I was waiting for you to finish because there's a couple things that we jumped over, but
yeah. Let's just jump back to that now.
Fine, be that way.
I will. We'll come back to the finale because that golf match takes a while. So while they're playing the round, we'll jump back.
So it was caddy day at the pool.
It was caddy day.
I like the sign that says like caddy day. And
it was right after fucking Noonan bangs Maggie.
Right, and it says caddies welcome 1 to 115.
Yeah. People were just running up fully clothed with shoes on, just jumping into the pool.
Yeah, it's like as soon as 1 o'clock hits, everybody just runs in, and they're going crazy. People are just diving off the diving boards, doing all kinds of goofy shit. The lifeguards trying to get control of everything. The one chick pulls the guy's trunks down off or whatever and steals them.
He's wearing a jock strap.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I'm like, what? Like, why are you just wearing a jock strap and you're a caddy?
Man.
Like, whatever.
And then
dump the lifeguard.
Yeah, well, the lifeguard is like, "Hey, put your trunks back on or whatever." And the one girl's up on the diving board. She's like, "Why don't you shave your ass?" And then just all kinds of stuff going on. Danny's laying there getting some sun with Maggie, and then D'Annunzio comes over and he's ragging on him. He's like, "Oh, Maggie, how was it?" And she's like, "How was what?" Well, then it couldn't have been that good. And then all of a sudden they're about to square off again. And then Lacey shows up. And it's like everybody stops. Time stops as she's walking by, looking all beautiful and shit. And all these guys are like trying to impress her, sucking in their guts and everything like that. And then she goes over and climbs up the thing and does the dive. And clearly it's not her diving. It's a stunt double.
Yeah, and it's funny because you can hear Maggie in the background going,
yeah. Because, even Danny is taken back by her.
Like, you just banged my box. Now you're staring at this chick. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
And then the fucking... can't forget the pool Olympics or the ballet, the swimming ballet,
water ballet.
Like, that shit was fucking good.
Just out of nowhere. It had no relevance to the film whatsoever. We're just like, okay, we're gonna have a sequence here where we do a water ballet.
Yeah,
like that's comedy.
It wasn't bad. Then you get the mom or whatever trying to give her kids the baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
That's why I realized we said that we missed that, because Richard came in and was like, "Hey, dickhead, you guys forgot this." So there we are. And then fucking the one kid's like that, because fucking Smells' wife comes running out. And she's like, "I want all these caddies out of this pool right now." And then the one girl's fucking swimming around and sees the fucking candy bar floating, and she's like, "Duty!" And then fucking Spalding almost swims into it.
That's who says it, because Smales' wife comes in and like they're all going crazy, and the one girl's up on the guy's shoulders with her top off, and it's like, "How do you put your clothes back on?" or whatever, and it's just pure chaos. And she's trying to get everybody out of the pool, but nobody's listening to her. Then all of a sudden, one of the kids sees it and thinks it's shit, and then everybody just starts freaking out and evacuating the pool. And and the only one left is Spalding, who's like scuba diving, and he comes right up to it and he's like, "Duty!" and runs off. And then
I missed a whole fucking line in my notes.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, like the yacht club. That shit's funny.
But the big payoff is, after the fact, they completely drained the pool. They've got Carl scrubbing it down. They've got him in these like sanitation costumes and everything like that. I want this disinfected and sterilized. Smales is ordering it to be totally clean, and Carl like, "Oh, found it." And he's like sniffing it, and he realizes that it's a candy bar, and he's like, "It's not so bad," and bites into it, and then Smales' wife faints.
Yeah,
that's the big payoff.
Yeah, because then after that is whenever, because after Danny wins the caddy tournament, Smales is like, "Hey, what are you doing? Whatever day it was," and he's like, "Why don't you come over and like cut the grass or whatever?
Cut my grass."
And then you can come over to the yacht club whenever he christens the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So then he shows up dressed like a fucking skipper, and then you already know fucking Smales is going to be dressed up like a skipper because he's that guy that fucking thinks he's fucking just the greatest fucking person ever. But then you see fucking like him show up on there, and then like Spalding and a couple other guys are over there fucking smoking weed, and then he starts like hitting on Smales' wife, trying to impress her or whatever, and Smales shows up. He's like, "You're trying to get my best girl, huh?
Trying to make time with my best girl."
He's like, "Well, I'll see you over at the boat there, Senator." He just kind of walks off.
I was like, "Senator, he's been talking about going to law school."
Right.
Somehow he's going to be in government work.
I don't know how I skipped this line, because this is one of the best scenes in my opinion, too. Like, I mean, they're all great scenes. I probably said that 3 or 4 times already. But fucking, so they go to christen the boat. His wife like takes the bottle and like goes to hit it over.
Whenever he's giving that speech, and then the Spalding puts his foot. It's like, "Spalding, get your foot off the boat."
And his fucking speech, like, it's fucking just goofy. Like, he's the only one I think that laughs at it. And then when his wife,
it's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worth wild is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat.
And there you have it. Mike Smales.
"I christen thee the Flying Wasp." Clunk.
Breaks the boat. And then it
Immediately,
cuts to fucking Danger Good. He's like,
it
hey,
cuts out. Hey, it's my buddy.
Whitey. He's like, give me this fucking boat. I'm driving this thing. He's fucking ripping it.
I want to go over there
with his big ass fucking yacht. And then you see the fucking fisherman dude fucking cast his fucking pole. The lure hits the side of the boat and just yanks him out of the fucking boat. And then he goes flying. And that shit, I don't know why, but I laugh so hard every time I see that, just that little goofy joke.
The line that I love is whenever they're flying and the plane like almost buzzes them, and he's like, almost got hit from Amelia Earhart. And then it's like he's like driving right into the path of like people on these jet skis or whatever. They're like they go
ran over. He crushed the boat.
Yeah, he's like, what is this, Hell's Angels? And that guy, he's like sitting there like eating a sandwich, and he turns and looks, and it's that guy that I think he did the commercials back in the day where his eyes would bug out like real big, and he's like, and then all of a sudden he jumps out and they drive right through his little canoe or boat, whatever he has, and then he like flies over. He almost wrecks into that stage setup. And he does wreck into it, and he like clips the one corner, and then everybody falls in.
Yeah.
And then he comes back over to Smales, and he slowly comes right up to the boat where it's like, okay, he doesn't crash into the boat, and then he's like, drop anchor, and it goes right through Smales' boat. Hey, you scratched my anchor. My boat's bigger than your whole dinghy.
But then you also have after that Noonan's talking to Lacey.
Mm-hmm.
She's a hoa. And they start like fooling around. Then they go back to the judge's house or whatever. And then he ends up coming back after the yacht fiasco and catches them two. So then he's running around trying to fucking kill Danny. Then Danny runs into the bathroom. And then fucking smells his wife is in there.
Oh, loofah my stretch marks.
He's like, oh. And then she looks at him and she's like, hey. Fucking Smells is pulling his own little Shining scene with a putter.
Yeah.
Trying to cut the door down. Then you see his head poke in. And then he has a guest coming over for tea. And fucking they run out of that room and fucking knock the butler into the banister. And he drops the tea all over the place. And everybody's downstairs like,
it goes flying. I think that's the tea.
But then, the next day at the golf course, fucking Smells summons Danny. And then he's, like, trying to, like, get him back to see where he's at or whatever. And he's like, you want to be good or you want to be bad? He's like, I want to be good. He's like, oh, good. Are we pals? I'm like, we're pals.
I've sentenced boys younger than you to the electric chair.
I think that gets us back to the golf match.
Oh, yeah. He wins the caddy scholarship. We find out ultimately that Maggie is not pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she thinks she's pregnant, which I skipped all that.
Which is a very odd scene because it just cuts to her out on the golf course.
Running around in her nightie.
In her nightie, just dancing around. And then all of a sudden, Noonan is just standing right there. And he's like, Maggie?
He's like, what are you doing out here?
And I'm like, what are you doing out here, Noonan, you fucking creeper?
That whole scene, though, with her being pregnant is funny because she's like, I'm late. And he's like, for what? For not being pregnant.
You're a good egg.
I don't blame you.
Well, that's it. I guess we're getting married.
She's like,
oh, that's great.
Yeah, she's like, oh, thanks for nothing. I'm like, what is this bitch's problem? Like, I don't know, like, her accent is fucking annoys the shit out of me. I'm just like, God damn it. But I think that actually catches us back up to the golf match.
Pretty much.
Because I definitely went back over that line that I skipped a minute ago. But then, so now that's why it makes sense, though, because so you find out that Smales found out that he was trying to, like, Noonan was trying to fuck with Lacey. Then, like, they cooled it out. So then now Ty thinks that Noonan's going to be his caddy, but he's actually Smales' caddy because he's still trying to kiss some ass to get into this fucking caddy scholarship. So then
he's got the scholarship, but he's just, he's still,
he's just trying to
the judge to further himself.
Yeah. So then the golf fiasco match, they're getting their asses whooped. Fucking Dangerfield's playing like the worst round of golf ever. Fucking Ty doesn't seem like for someone that's shooting crazy numbers, because like I know like Smales is like, what did he shoot? Like 80, 75? And he's like, I think more like 68.
68.
And he's like, no. He's like, yeah. So like I don't see how they're struggling so bad to play this course they play every fucking day. Like they should know this course like the back of their hand.
Well, the idea is that because there's big money on the line, there's more pressure. But the thing that always got me with that was
I could have footed the whole bill and not gave a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, even in the hotel room.
Whenever it gets
cottage.
Yeah. Whenever, even if when it gets to the end where they're talking about like $80,000 or whatever, like I said earlier, he has like uncashed checks for like $70,000 just laying around.
You can just put the check over there and just sign it over to him.
And Al owns all kinds of different condos and stuff like that and businesses. So he's got plenty of money. So this is like a drop in the bucket for them. So I don't know. It's more, it's more about pride ultimately. But in this situation, they're kind of sweating the money for whatever reason. But
right, because even like the one scene, like Dangerfield's on the phone with I guess his accountant or whatever, and he's like, everybody's buying, then sell. And he's like, well, everybody's selling, then buy. And he's like, all right, and he just kind of like hangs up the phone. I'm like, all right. So like you said, like money's not an issue, but for some reason they're sweating $40,000 between the two of them.
Me and Wing just bought property on the Great Wall of China on the good side.
So then, like I said, like they're having that match. Carl's planting C4 decoys. Fucking then Dangerfield gets all pissed off because he's shooting shit. And then he has that one drive where he fucking hits the ball washer, then it bounces back and hits him in the arm. He's like, oh, I broke my arm.
Yeah, because whenever I think I broke my arm, I start immediately flailing it up and down.
So then the doctor walks over and he's like, yeah, it could be a fracture. He's like, so that means you forfeit. So I think he only went along with it because he figured he's going to forfeit.
Yeah. And
then he's like, no, like we get a sub. And then they're like,
you can have Spalding.
Andy, you play. And then he's like, the judge is trying to talk him out of it. And he already knows like the judge is going to fuck him over. So he's just like, fuck it, I'll play. And then ends up having a great match.
Especially nothing as legal as this.
Yeah.
Great point, Judge.
Like you already know like fucking Smales is a shady character. He's only there to fucking make himself better. And,
it's a good sequence of events. I like where like Smales is standing there watching whoever putt and you see Ty put his arm around Smales and Smales thinks it's Dr. Beeper and then he realizes it's Ty. And he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. That shit cracks me up. And then, so somehow at the very final hole, they're tied, of course, because it's a movie.
Sure.
Got to have the tiebreaker.
Makes sense.
Everybody's draining the shots. Fucking Chevy Chase ended up missing the putt, which he never did. Like, motherfucker's like the bionic man when it comes to putting.
No.
He fucking misses like a 7-foot putt. And then it comes down to fucking Danny. Everybody's cheering him on. Like, there's fucking everybody in the whole fucking country club is watching this golf game. And then they're taking side bets, too. Like, all the caddies and shit. So then whenever they're out to lunch, like, Spalding's standing there scratching his nose. And they're like, $50 if he picks it. And then he does. And he's like, all right, another 50 if he eats it. And he does. So they're all, like, making all these side bets and shit during the lunch thing. So that shit's funny. And then as Danny shoots his last shot, it just hits the very rim of the cup and just sits there.
Double or nothing, he makes it.
At that exact moment, Carl pushes the detonator down, so all the bombs go off. And then everybody's like in shock because of all these explosions. And meanwhile, Lou's sitting there just staring at the cup, being the good ref that he is. And the ball's jiggling a little bit from all the explosions. And then finally it drops. And then they win the tournament. Fucking all the clubs go shooting out of fucking Rodney Dangerfield's bag for whatever reason.
Of course they do.
Like everybody's fucking cheering and like following Danny around for whatever reason. Like he's the fucking king of the show. Like that shit's fucking great.
I still like. I mentioned this to Dave, and I don't think he had time to put it in there. But I love that. Another. Like I said, with Ted Knight, man, like whenever Danny's getting ready to do the putt, and then Al is like, "Hey, double or nothing, he makes it." And then the judge is like, "Fine, fine." And then so like Danny's all nervous and he's like taking his time or whatever. He's like, "Well, we're waiting." Oh man, Ted Knight is so fucking good, man.
I want Dave to read the last few lines of my notes. Starting here.
Which one? This one?
No, starting here. All this, the last few lines.
Well, you're assuming that Dave knows how to read.
Starting here. Just because it's funny, because it's out of context, so it's going to sound great. I know what it means because I wrote it. So yeah, so read all this out loud.
Carl blows C4. Danny's balls drop. Hey, everybody! We're all gonna get laid.
Hey!
I wrote that down this morning and I was cracking myself up.
And
fuck you.
And the gopher is still alive.
And the gopher's still alive. And that is Caddyshack.
Hey, Judge, time to pay up.
Well, yeah, that's just funny too. Fucking Judge is trying to skimp out, and he's like, "What are his bodyguards' names?"
Something Rocco and shit. I can't remember the other one.
It's definitely like some thuggish New York type names.
help the judge find his checkbook.
Fucking Judge takes off running. It's a fucking fun movie, man. Like, it's definitely up there with. It's definitely a classic. Like, you can't go wrong with that movie.
Oh my gosh! It's for me, it's one of the top comedies of all time. You know, it's I don't know. I'd have to sit down and think about it, but it's definitely in the top 20. It might break the top 10. It's one of those ones where I can just sit down and watch it, and it never gets old. And I just love the characters so much. Like I said, Ted Knight, freaking amazing in this film. Freaking Chevy Chase, Bill Murray. Everybody, it does such a great job in this film. There's not like one character where like, maybe Maggie, but she's kind of set up for that situation. But all the comedy guys just completely nailed the role, and it's classic stuff that I would quote till the day I die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I do want to say, like I forgot one line that cracked me up whenever Chevy Chase and Bill Murray's scene was whenever fucking Murray's like, you live down by Woodwire or whatever, and he's like, yeah. He's like,
oh yeah,
you got a pool? He's like, yeah, I got a pool. I got a pond. The pond would probably be good for you though.
Yeah, pond's better for you. Oh yeah, natural.
That shit always cracked me up. He's like, I don't want you anywhere near my fucking house.
No, because like I said, Carl is trying to make friends with him. And Ty's just like not having it.
Yeah. But that concludes Caddyshack. Fucking lovely film. Can't believe it's 45 years.
45 years, man. Oh gosh, that's crazy, man.
That's what I was thinking too. Whenever I was doing like some research, and I'm like, damn, this was Aramis's first actually, because I knew he was part of National Lampoon, and I was like, so I didn't know if he did anything before that, and then.
And Doug Kenny, who we mentioned earlier, is one of the co-founders of National Lampoon.
Yeah.
So
they also said whenever he did, they found that he died. Like they had a in the National Lampoon magazine, they had a little cartoon of like just like a cliff, and it said Doug died here.
What Ramis? I think Ramis says he probably thought he could fly, or something like that.
Yeah.
Made some kind of dark joke. But
so I mean,
yeah, man,
you could tell his sense of humor was very dark.
It's such a shame, man, because Doug Kenny, I think he'd be really proud of how this film turned out. Like we said,
the longevity of it.
It's legendary. It's a comedic freaking masterpiece. It's just so good. So good, man. I can't put this film over enough. It's one of those ones where I'm left speechless because I can't think of all the verbiage that I'd want to say to put this fucking film over. But it's so good, man. Everybody nails it. I love them. Oh, Caddyshack.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Ted Knight. R.I.P. Rodney Dangerfield. Another one who, just like Hogan, had issues with a heart valve. He ended up dying from heart valve complications. So, and even though R.I.P. Cindy Morgan, she passed away a few years back.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like it makes me feel old, though.
It does.
I know I'm not old. Like 40's not old.
40's the new 20, they say.
I mean, I feel like I'm in my 20s. I still act like I'm 15 sometimes. My sense of humor is like I'm 12 to 15.
Yes.
Sure. Like I laugh at the goofiest shit ever. I mean, me and Dave watch nothing but fucking fart videos most of the time, and people just getting hurt.
Yes.
So I mean, all right, gents. Anything else to say about the film here? The old Caddyshack.
Wait, no, wait a minute. We've talked about this before. Dave had never seen this.
No.
Ever, Dave, you'd never seen this film at all. You don't remember ever seeing anything.
Not till last year or the year before, somewhere around there.
Wow. And what do you think?
I just think it's okay.
Just okay?
I just think it's okay.
Yeah,
I just don't. I think all it is I just don't relate to any of this that's going on.
But you don't what? Like because it's golf?
It's because he was playing. He was collecting comics and playing video games and shit.
Golf, the characters. Yeah, I just think it's okay.
Okay.
Like I would rather watch Stripes and Groundhog Day over Caddyshack.
Wow, that's big.
It's a tough one.
What about Fletch?
Yeah, I'd pick Fletch over Caddyshack.
There you go. Precursor to Ghostbusters, because you got Harold Ramis, you got Bill Murray, and without going into Caddyshack 2, you got Dan Aykroyd. that's probably the best.
Different film though.
You got Jackie Mason, you got Robert Stack. But have you seen? You've never seen Caddyshack?
I saw it once, and I just remember I did. I remember Robert Stack was in it, and it wasn't nearly as good as the first one.
No,
is all I remember.
That's pretty much that movie in a nutshell.
Yeah, and I think Dan Aykroyd might be the best part.
Yeah,
Mrs. Esterhouse, keep your eye on the fruit.
Well, if there is nothing else left to say about the Caddyshack film, we will move on to our clip of the week and see what we got lined up in this here generator.
Oh, boy.
Please no strikes. No copyrights. Come on.
Roll the dice.
You see? You're stupid minds. Stupid. That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you fool! Let him finish. It's because of men like you that all must be destroyed.
Our boy Eddie. Our boy
fucking
Eddie.
Plan 9. Chuck Nasty. Kind of with Dave Caddyshack class, but I can't relate either because I'm not rich and I don't like golf. I'm not rich either. I don't like golf either, but it's funny.
Yeah, I don't even like.
I have golfed numerous times.
I was so young when I wasn't even born when it came out in theaters, but like by the time it came out on video, so I think it's just one of those that I just skipped over. That just passed me by.
It's not watching the classics.
Wow, iconic, man. It's just to me, it's just so funny. Like I said, it's such good characters, such classic one-liners. I could sit here all day quoting it, and I just love this film.
I do miss Rodney Dangerfield. I said that earlier. I mean, I do miss Rodney Dangerfield.
Was always a legend in the game, man. They're natural-born killers.
Rodney, Ted Knight, freaking Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, man.
Yeah, the lineup in this was fucking great.
It's like you look down at that cover art, and it's like a Mount Rushmore of comedy.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not going to put Ted Knight up on the Mount Rushmore, but in this film, he is king shit in my opinion. Pisses him off. Wow.
Well, it didn't piss me off.
Chuck's like, this movie, I don't care.
I wasn't angry.
Dangerfield is great. Can't go wrong with the Dangerfield. All right, let's run some ads. Get these gents. Hey.
Get paid, bitch.
Hey everybody, Laser Trading Company is on YouTube. See some of the videos from Mike's travels and experiences. If you haven't already, please head over and subscribe. 7,800 and growing. Thank you all. Laser Trading Company is also available on eBay with various merchandise and collectibles. Hundreds of great gift ideas. That's Laser Trading Company. Laser Trading Company. Laser Trading Company. You know him from Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat, Nasty Nation, Graveyard Talk, and the Video Store Clerks Podcast. He is the creator of Stoner Gore, Chuck Nasty! And if you're looking for the latest in extreme horror, head over to Amazon.com, look up Chuck Nasty, and the following titles are available. Along with the latest album, Decay of Man, from Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat, available on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube now.
And while you're over there, check out Chuck's other books, Twisted Eyeball Juice. Cover was the mind child of his son, our nephew, Dax. Gave him the idea for this cover. And also the rocking chair. Both over on Amazon. Be sure to check them out and show some love. And next week, we will be back at 10 p.m. with Chuck's pick. I talked to Chuck earlier in case he couldn't make it on because his internet issues. I guess it just came back up. But we will be doing the horror film Feast.
Feast.
It's over on the Tubes, the Tubi, and I believe it's on Prime or Screenbox. It's a good flick. I think that came out whenever I was living in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Watched it numerous times. I forget who was all in it except for Jason Mewes. I remember that stood out.
Oh, did I see this or not? I don't
It's
remember.
been a couple years since I've seen this.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I ended up watching, I think, all 3 of them. I think there was 3 or 4. I know I watched at least 3 of them.
I don't remember if I saw it or not, but we're going to go back and watch it and see if that jogs my memory.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Go yogging. But that is it for this week, folks. Come join us next week as we talk about food. That is Dangerfield's horn and Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Such a good horn.
It's my memory.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
He's playing the whole movie. He said, fuck it. All right, gentlemen, ladies, we are out. We will see you next week. There is 3 Feast films. We will be talking about the first one. Chuck just fucking threw that up there. 3.
3.
There's 3.
Trace. Hey,
So-
thanks everybody. Thank you for stopping by tonight.
We'll be back at 10 p.m. We'll see you next Tuesday.
God bless you. Hey, Whitey, where's your hat?